Hello everyone, this is Brother Craig from SDRMEDIA, and SDRMinistries.org is our website, and I've got another video for you here as we're looking at the things that are happening in the world today with this coronavirus and such. And as you guys have all been told and warned how we're living in a world today that's nothing but a big theatrical, we can see that everybody is playing their role today. And no matter what happens in this world, whether they spew out all these viruses and pour out toxins and chemicals and like these chemtrails and poisoning our water and poisoning our food system and such, where everybody in the world is getting sick in some form or another. And whether these viruses that they're spewing out there and causing this world a bunch of distress and emptying the shelves and what have you, no matter what happens, we all need to know and understand that as the children of God are walking through this sick and dying world, we got to do everything we can to become as healthy as possible, whether these things are true or not. Because one of the things that we can see and understand today is that as the world is getting sicker and these viruses that are potentially true and causing problems in the world, as some may think that it's a big scam and some may think it's not, but regardless, we have a health reform that we should be getting involved with, because in the last days we can see that they are trying to do everything they can to push forward their Agenda 21 depopulating of the planet agenda. And what they're doing is they're causing the weak people in the world to get as sick as possible and to kill and destroy them so that they can control the strong. It's like the survival of the fittest type thing that you see going on. And so this is why it's crucial that we do everything we can to get into good health for these last days. Exercise, get good clean food from your own garden and such. Become your own store to get out from underneath the yoke of Babylon and stop relying upon his merchants of the earth that are basically controlling everything, because they are clearly poisoning this world and they're pushing forward their Agenda 21 for these last days. And we know that this buy and sell system is coming soon. And as this buy and sell system is coming soon and they're poisoning people, we need to learn and understand that we have work to do in these end times to help people see the truth. And it is by our works of getting healthy and going out and proclaiming the three angels' message and uniting it with the fourth of Revelation chapter 18 verse 4, we've got to be healthy, we've got to be strong, we've got to be fit, we've got to be quick, we've got to be fast and be spiritually sound and good in doctrine and understanding all the truths and applying the prophecies perfectly, so that people can see how these end times are coming together with all that's happening in the world today. Because what we see happening in the world today was prophesied, and we're going to get into those videos soon, and we're going to see how it's all coming together and how the 10 toes of Daniel chapter 2 is being fulfilled today, and how Revelation chapter 17 is going to be fulfilled today when it comes to these end time beast agenda to try to force everyone to worship the beast and his image. And that system is coming, and we've got to get prepared for it as much as possible. And that's why I'm going to spend some time making some videos on health. I'm trying to get my very tiny small kitchen built that's outdoors, where there's lots of sunlight, where I can help you get healthy. Because like, if this coronavirus stuff is true, like the SARS virus and all that stuff that happened before, where supposedly people were dying and what have you, we've got to build this temple up. We've got to build up the immune system so it can fight against these wicked agents like the coronavirus and what have you, that is supposed to kill people. And I'm telling you guys, when you look at health reform, you can see that God's good green earth is the cure to all these problems. It is the solution to get healthy, like drinking your nano silver and your nano gold. At the end of this video, I want to show you how you can obtain your own nano silver and nano gold for a fraction of the price of what these people are trying to sell online, where you can produce your own and you know that it's safe. And so I encourage you guys to continue to watch this video so you can understand the benefits from silver and gold and copper and zinc and all these precious metals that will kill all these bad viruses that are out there. Because when we look in the world today, we can see that viruses do exist. Does the coronavirus exist? Does the SARS virus exist? Whether these news industries are fake news industries and spewing out lies and such, they have to have some truth. And yes, we can see that the distress of the nations and what have you, which was prophesied about, but as long as we're doing our part, we don't have to be a part of it. We don't have to fall for their lies and their system and getting fearful and whatnot, because we have a king that's coming. And when that king comes, this world is going to be crushed and is going to be subdued and put under his feet. And we are going to walk upon their ashes one day. But until that time happens, we've got to stand up with one voice, speak the truth, and shout out loud and warn this world of the coming dangers and the test that's going to happen. And that when this is all over with, I just pray and hope that through this, we are going to be standing up in one voice with good health. And if you're having troubles today and you're having difficulties with health, just do everything that you possibly can to glorify the Lord. I was also sick, overweight, and having problems too before I learned the truth, and I got discouraged and depressed and gained a lot of weight, and it was so difficult. It took me about 6 months to lose 80 pounds just to get back to normal and into good health. And so I understand a lot of you who are sick and can't move around. It's like me, I've almost lost my leg in an accident that I had. And I have plates in my ankles and stuff like that to keep it together. So I know about all these tests and these trials and these problems and these difficulties that a lot of the Christians are having in these last days. But through it all, with everything that's going on in your life, no matter what is happening or the pains that you feel, let's stand up with one voice and shout out loud. As long as we have the breath of life enough, let's give our all to the work of God in any way, shape, or form that we can. And keep on working and pressing forward and moving together in one voice, in one unity, and glorifying God. So be blessed. I will see you again. I love you all. And we thank you for coming to watch these videos, and please do share them. Download them, upload them to your own channel. It doesn't matter. Just get the truth out there as fast as you possibly can. And please, brethren, let's learn to get out from underneath the yoke of Babylon as much as we possibly can, because the signs of the times are showing forth that the end is near. God bless each and every one of you. Peace be unto you this day. Amen.
Well, the U.S. death toll from coronavirus now at 14, with more than 200 confirmed infections. In New York State alone, cases doubled to 22, with more than 2,000 people in home isolation. Congress has approved an $8.3 billion emergency spending bill to fund response to the COVID-19 outbreak. President Trump is expected to sign it later today.
China is the epicenter of the outbreak and has the largest number of confirmed cases, with over 80,000 infected and more than 3,000 deaths. It's followed by South Korea with the second highest number of confirmed cases. However, the death toll there is relatively low at 44. Iran has also been severely affected, with over 6,500 confirmed cases and more than 190 deaths. And Italy is Europe's worst hit country, with nearly 6,000 cases and a death toll of over 230.
As the number of cases grows, there's a new warning tonight. The U.S. does not have enough coronavirus test kits to meet the current demand.
I think when we're looking at Korea, China, what we have seen there, I think the situation is very likely to get worse. And I think we're just at the very beginning. So it is very likely going to cause more economic disruption.
That major lockdown in Italy, the government banning travel for about a quarter of the population and canceling many public gatherings nationwide. And for the first time, look at this, Pope Francis live streaming his Sunday prayer, hoping to keep away large crowds. More than 360 people have now died of the coronavirus in Italy, the most outside of China, and nearly 1,500 new cases were reported just in the past 24 hours.
The transfer of a patient with coronavirus is fraught with risk. This 62-year-old woman is being moved to a different hospital in a bio-containment unit.
This is a really serious problem that we have to take seriously. I mean, people always say, well, the flu, the flu does this, the flu does that. The flu has a mortality of 0.1%. Sure. This has a mortality of 10 times that.
Open the curtain, please. We are introducing New York State Clean hand sanitizer, made conveniently by the state of New York. This is a superior product to products now on the market.
All right, hold up a minute. Let me see if I can get this straight. The government doesn't care about the involuntary mass medication of fluoride in our water supply. They don't care about the mercury fillings in our teeth. They don't care about protecting us from unregulated GMO frankenfood on our plates. Chemicals being sprayed in our skies, no, they don't care about that. Bankers financially raping us since the inception of the Federal Reserve in 1913, throwing our sons and daughters into the grist mills and horrors of war. They don't care about stealing our money to bail out banks and corporations. They don't care about siphoning off the product of our time and labor and energies through the hidden tax called inflation. And they sure don't care about lying to us through 24/7 propaganda news campaigns. But this time they really care about us and they want to protect us from the coronavirus. You really believe that, huh?
Hello, I'm Dr. Gordon Pedersen. It's important to talk about viruses right now because they're very contagious and they can have negative impacts on our health, on our economy, on our social life. If you take a virus like this, and this is another model that I have, and it kind of looks like the model I have up here like this. And what you've got is you've got a model that's going to attach itself to a healthy cell, but it can only do so if this specific design fits into the specific receptor sites on the cell. Now, what that means is we can actually take this virus and how it floats along, and if we block it from attaching to a healthy cell, we've totally inhibited all the rest of the viral problem. We've prevented the disease totally and completely. So how do we do that? Well, we have to have a molecule that fits right here. These glycoproteins, or this lock and key mechanism, has a specific shape. So this is the key, and you can take these tiny molecules, nanoparticles, and they can actually fit right into that specific lock and key mechanism. Now, the virus can't inject any genetic material into the cell, and it can't even attach to a healthy cell. So you've inactivated the virus, and all of the viral activity is irrelevant because the immune system sends macrophages to consume it, totally engulf it, and eliminate it from the body. This also comes in tiny particle form called silver nanoparticles, and you can drink them, or you can put gel in your body, or you can inhale them even. And once they get into your bloodstream, they're going to go right into this selective space. And just like a lock and key, you're going to shut off or prevent this mechanism from happening. Hello, I'm Dr. Gordon Pedersen. I'm the medical director of the Silver Health Institute. I'm looking using this high-tech, high-powered microscope at silver. I want to see exactly how it works. In other words, I want to take the cells from the back of your throat of a patient who has strep throat, and I want to look at it under the microscope. Then I'm adding 1 drop of liquid silver to the slide. In this slide, you're going to actually see video images of live strep and staph being destroyed by silver. It happens very quickly. Here it is. What you're looking at here is bacteria as it approaches a silver line. The black line is actually silver as it is moving across the slide. When the bacteria touch the silver like it is doing now, upon contact, silver strips an electron from its membrane, causing it to become discolored, lose an electron, then become flat, and you can see on the bottom half of this slide the membranes, the dead cell membranes that are flowing by. This is because the upper half of the slide above the black line has live cells from the back of a throat containing strep and staph. Now, as those cells come across the silver that is moving across the slide, you can see that they're becoming dead. In other words, silver kills on contact. What this means to you and me is, for the first time, you can visually see how structured silver creates an environment where pathogens cannot live. That means these disease-causing bacteria die in the presence of structured silver.
Okay, folks, I'm finally making a little bit more professional video here on how to make nanoparticle colloidal silver. I'm making this for cancer patients, and I usually make it anywhere between 18 and 23 parts per million. So to make this real simple, when you get the kick from elixir.com, this will be listed on the YouTube channel, you'll get this Sovonic Pro generator, and it comes with these silver rods. Okay, you put them in there like this, one way and one the other way. Okay, and then you put that in the jar that contains steam distilled water. You cannot use tap water, it won't work. Okay, and when you're all done, you're going to have carbon on here. So you take these off, and you have a non-metallic scratch pad. You can't use metal, and you just clean them up a little bit. You don't want to take too much of it off of there. Okay, so that's that, and then after I have some made here already, but I'll need to show you how this works. See, you'll see the green light show up there. And on the back side, this is your power. On the back side, to get 18 to 20 parts per million, you got to press this button. This teeny little button right here. Like every time you push it, look. See that? You keep pushing it. And you can push it rather fast. But I usually push it about 20 times. And it takes about 20 hours to make that colloidal silver. Nanoparticle colloidal silver. Okay? And over the time, you're gonna see these lights, red, green, start blinking. It'll go red, it'll go green, and that is automatically, it's charging the water. with positive and negative nanoparticles, which are cancer killers. Quickly. I had a family member. She was 43 years old, diagnosed. They couldn't do nothing for her. Total bone cancer, brain cancer. We had a last dinner for her. She wanted the family to get together. I found out about it 2 weeks before the doctor said she was supposed to die. I got her on this. She followed my instructions. You got to go vegan. First thing you got to do is stop eating pork. Go vegan and stay on these. Stay on the nano silver. 3 ounces before lunch, before breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna stop this now, and I'm gonna show you. You know, this has been made already. This was made already. I just wanted to show you what the ppm is on this, if I can. That one there is 21. 21 parts per million. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. Okay, that's perfect. Anywhere between 18 and 21. Here is some that's already made. That's about the same. When you get these kits, it doesn't come with this blue part. Okay. What I did is I took a drill, took a electrical box cover, round, plastic, drilled holes to where these could fit through. And then what I did on the corners of this generator, I put silicone. Yeah. Just push it on there, and this way it sits nice on top of the quart jar. Quart jar should be glass. When you're all done, you can fill up the container that the steam distilled water comes in. Okay, you just pour it right in there and fill it up, and then you're ready to go. It lasts for a long, long time. It doesn't lose its potency. This has been sitting around for a couple of months, and it's still 21 ppm when I made it a couple of months ago. So, yeah, and then when you get your kit, like I'm saying, you're going to get all of this stuff. You're going to get a meter with it. You're going to get the generator with it. You're going to get the power. Here it is right there. Plug it in. Here it is right here. Got it all plugged in. Okay. There it is right here. It's called a Sylvonic Colloidal Silver Generator, elixir.com. Okay. That's where I get all my stuff. They ship international. They'll ship anywhere. So I've had the latest person that I've helped. Man was 35 years old, 4 children, married, 4 children, colon cancer, stage 4. When he found out, he just gave up because the doctor said, well, there's nothing really I can do to help. Well, right now, he just got a job at a vegan restaurant, and he is totally cured. I'm waiting for the doctor paper to come back, and I told him, don't tell your doctor what you did. You know, I don't want doctors hassling me. You know, don't mention my name. You know, because cancer is a big business.